Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling hope. It's something we all feel, right? But what is it really? Our sources for this deep dive, various articles, some research, they point towards this.
Yeah.
Well, this powerful paradox at its core. So our mission is to unpack what science and philosophy tell us about hope. Not just, wishful thinking, but hope as a real, fundamental human mechanism. So let's get into it. The sources suggest hope starts with our brain trying to predict the future. It looks at past patterns, present data, and tries to figure out what's next.
Right. It's like running scenarios based on what we know.
But straight away, the research flags these huge, insurmountable limits to the whole process.
Yeah. And they're quite specific. First, it's just impossible for our minds to track every single variable out there. Think about the sheer complexity, the infinite web of causes and effects. We can't grasp it all.
Like chaos theory, almost. The butterfly effect.
Exactly that kind of thing. And second, we rely on these conceptual frameworks. They're shaped by our culture, our education, our personal lives.
The lens we see through.
Precisely. And that lens is inherently biased. It's always incomplete, kind of fragmentary.
Okay, so if our predicting tool is limited, fundamentally limited, then what does that imply about hope as an accurate forecast?
Well, this is the paradox the sources highlight. Hope as an accurate prediction is basically an illusion. No calculation, no human thought process can truly map out reality's full chain of cause and effect.
Yeah, you see examples like unpredictable events, a quantum particle shift, or maybe a small act sparking huge change. Chaos, essentially.
And neuroscience actually backs this up.
How so?
Our brains run on cognitive biases. These are like mental shortcuts. Useful sometimes, but they distort our judgment. We tend to overestimate our chances of success, for example.
Right. We ignore hidden risks, maybe.
Yeah, overlook risks, and we often think we have control when things are actually down to chance. It's a built-in distortion filter.
So wait, if hope isn't about accurate prediction, if it's flawed in that sense, then what's its real job? Why is it so vital if it's not giving us a reliable map?
That's the key question. Its value isn't in its predictive power. Its true function is, well, biological. And ethical, you could say. It's the fuel. The fuel that makes us act even when we're in that fog of uncertainty.
Okay, fuel for action. Can you give an example?
Yeah, think about studies with critically ill patients. The ones who cultivate realistic hope, and that means they see the risks clearly, they aren't naive, but they focus on what is still possible. They don't just cope better with suffering. They actually come up with more creative ways to navigate their situation.
So it's a balance.
A very delicate balance, not blind optimism demanding certainty, but also not despair that just shuts you down.
That makes sense. So how do you navigate this in practice? Knowing hope is essential fuel, but flawed as a predictor.
Well, the wisdom in these sources, it kind of echoes thinkers like the Stoics, maybe Buddhists. It points to two things: active intention and, crucially, detachment from the specific outcomes.
Okay, break that down. Active intention and detachment.
Think of a farmer. They plant seeds meticulously, right? That's active intention, full of hope. But they also diversify crops, maybe irrigate differently, preparing for potential drought. That's accepting risk, detaching from the one specific outcome of a perfect harvest.
Or like a doctor fighting for a patient.
Exactly. Fighting hard to heal, but simultaneously studying potential complications, knowing some things are outside their control.
Got it. There's a term for this.
Joanna Macy, the ecologist and activist, calls it active hope. She frames it as 3 steps, sort of. First, see reality clearly. Raw clarity, no sugarcoating.
Okay.
Second, commit fully to what is within your power. Focus on your actions. And third, let go of the obsession with controlling the uncontrollable. Do your part, then release the outcome.
So boiling it all down from this deep dive, hope isn't the map we thought it was.
No, definitely not an infallible map.
It's more like a compass.
Exactly. A compass guiding us through an ocean of uncertainty. Its real power is getting us moving, despite the chaos.
That makes me think, you mentioned insights from philosophy too.
Yes, there's a powerful quote from Albert Camus that resonates here. He wrote, "Hope, contrary to what is believed, is equivalent to resignation, and to live is not to resign oneself."
Whoa. Hope is resignation. That sounds counterintuitive.
It does, but think about it in terms of demanding certainty. If hope means passively waiting for a guaranteed good outcome, it can feel like giving up agency. What the sources really describe is this fertile tension. It's about projecting possible futures, sure, but with humility, acting with real determination, and also surrendering to the fact that life will throw curveballs, the unforeseen.
So freedom isn't choosing between hope and despair.
No, The sources suggest authentic freedom lies in that dynamic balance between the courage to act and vulnerability, the acceptance of uncertainty.
That really reframes the whole concept. Hope isn't about knowing what will happen.
Not at all.
It's about how we choose to engage with the present, with whatever comes, courage and vulnerability. So here's something to think about. If you start seeing hope less as a map promising a destination and more as a compass, just a tool to orient yourself while you navigate, how might that change the way you face challenges, the way you move through uncertainty in your own life?